Hello, everybody. Welcome to NFL Chat. This is Paul, and the picture you're looking at right now is the Navajo code talkers, and they don't get half as much praise as they should for helping win in World War II. They're the ones that came up with a code that the Germans and the Japanese could not break. They're the ones that made sure that our boys were safe as much as they could by changing the codes. So I'm going to ask everybody just to bow your heads, close your eyes, and think about these men, these brave men that was the code talkers for World War II. Okay. How's everybody doing? And let me get this back over here. As you can see, I got a good camera, a better camera. And we're going to talk NFL. And by doing that, I'm going to go back and talk about some teams in that, what, especially my Bears. They're the first ones I'm going to talk about. During preseason, they beat the Texans. They beat the Bengals. And they beat the Chiefs. They never lost a single preseason. Now, the only thing that the Bears need to do is come forward and start doing the same thing in regular season. And I truly believe if they start playing like they did in preseason, these boys is going to make it to the playoffs. I'm not saying that they're going to make it to the Super Bowl. I'm saying that if they keep playing like what they played in preseason, they could make it into the playoffs, even if they went by a wild card. Now, let's see. Let's see something here. I'm going back to the preseason to find some other teams that I want to talk about. Besides my Bears. Let's see. Giants. The Giants have been on a down, on their way down the hill, just like the Bears, and I think they might be showing some good potential. And so is the Patriots. So, so that'd be awesome. Now, one thing I will do is I will not call Washington Commanders. That's a stupid name. And I agree with the Navajo tribe. The only reason why people wanted to change that name from Redskins because they knew they had to know the chief of the Navajos is the ones that named that team. And he was proud of that team. And because they took the name away, the whole nation feels like they are disrespecting that chief. And I agree with the Navajo Nation. So anyway, I'm just going through here. The line looks pretty good. Anyway, let's go back to the regular season. Okay. Let me get back into the studio. So that's what that is. There's supposed to be two guys here, Kip and Terry Scrutics. They're supposed to be here to talk with me about football. They're supposed to be here to name their teams. Now, the one thing I ain't going to do this year is if they hate here and they hate and they don't give me the names of the teams that they think are going to win, is I won't write it down ever. They have to be in studio for me to write it down. No more. They have until Wednesday or anything like that. No, I'm not playing that game this year. That's not that is not fair to the people that is on here calling the names. So now, Thursday night, the 5th of September, is going to be a good game. That is the Ravens and the Chiefs. And I'm going with the Ravens. I'm going to be plain. I don't care for the Chiefs because I don't like their quarterback. He is obnoxious. He is stuck on himself. And I just can't stand the boy. And as long as he acts like that, that's all he's going to be is a boy. Friday will be Packers and Eagles, and that's going to be over in I can't think of the name, Brazil. And for me, I'm going to go with the Eagles on that one. And then Sunday, September 8th, we got the Panthers and the Saints. Now, that there is always a toss-up of who's going to win, but I'm going to go with the Panthers. Now, the next one is Giants and Vikings. That's another toss-up game. And I know the Vikings got a new quarterback, so that might help them out. But I am myself going for the Giants on that one. The next one is Titans and Bears. And Titans is looking good. Not as good as the Bears, but they're looking good. But I'm a Bears fan, always will be a Bears fan. And I'm going to go with the Bears on that one. The next one is Texans and Colts. That's another good game. Some people would say Colts hands down. But I have a little problem with the Colts, what they did years ago. I'm still holding a grudge. And so I'm going to go with the Texans on that one. Hey, Frostbite, how you doing, bud? You want to get in on this? Up to you. You can write your answers in the comments right there if you want. Awesome. How you liking the area you moved in? No, not NFL this year. That's fine. I understand that, bud. I thought you was moving to North Carolina. I understand that. I love small towns. Now let me go ahead and get this finished up. So the next one we're going to talk about is Patriots and Bengals. Bengals ain't showing me crap. Not at all. So I'm going to go with the Patriots, which is not showing me crap either. But I've been a Patriots fan for a long time. Not as long as the Bears, but so I'm going to go with the Patriots. The next game is Cardinals and Bills. And the only thing I don't like about the Bills, well, it was in the past, back in the 80s. They acted like a bunch of idiots, even though they had great ball players like Jerry Rice and all them. I just I didn't like the fetting I got from them. So I'm going with the Cardinals. Next game is Jaguars and Dolphins. I'm going to go with the Jags on that one. No, I mean, that's another 50-50 toss-up. I don't have nothing against either one of them. And if I did, it's because they're in Florida. And Lord knows I don't like Florida. The next game is Steelers and Falcons. Well, I'm closer to Georgia than I am to Pittsburgh. And plus, I don't like the Steelers at all. So I'm going to go with the Falcons. The next game is Broncos and Seahawks. Well, there's sometimes I will pick the Broncos over other teams, but I won't pick them very often. It's like just like the Cowboys. I won't pick the Cowboys very often. So I'm going with the Seahawks against the Broncos. Now Raiders and Chargers is the next game, and I have to say I'm going with the Raiders on this one, I believe. And that's just because Chargers is okay. Sometimes I'll pick them, sometimes I won't. But I do like the Raiders better than the Chargers. Now, here's one. Cowboys and Bengals is the next game. And believe it or not, I'm going with the Cowboys on this one. And no, Cowboys and Browns, not Bengals. Sorry, my fault. But I'm going with the Cowboys because Browns, they haven't been right since they got traded. I mean, sold to when the Browns got sold to Baltimore to become the Ravens, and then they restarted the Browns. Club back up. They haven't been the same. Then the next one is Washington and the Buccaneers. And on this one, I'm going to go with the Washingtons. This Washington team. And like I said earlier, the Navajo people feels like that they are disrespecting the chief that named the Redskins, because that whole tribe was proud of that football team and the name. And then a bunch of white dumbasses made them change it because somebody was offended. And But because of this, I also know Navajo Nation is suing the NFL because of the change in the name. And then the next game is on Sunday at 8:20. When that's the Rams and the Lions. Believe it or not, I'm going with the Lions on this one. No, but I mean, there ain't no reason why I ain't going for the Rams, because this is another 50-50 toss-up. Then Monday night is Jets and 49ers. And even though I truly hate the 49ers, that's who I was talking about when I said Jerry Rice, so I want to apologize that I named Jerry Rice for a different team. But the 49ers had Jerry Rice. But I can't stand them. But I think they're going to beat the Lions. So I want to go with the 49ers. So that's how that works out. Okay. Frostbite. I know where the Ohio River is, that's for sure. So Kentucky is a good place if you don't mind a lot of redneck hillbillies. They are nice people. Okay. Well, Terry and Kip's going to be behind next week, but I ain't taking their teams now because they missed the show, and I warned them yesterday that they needed to be here, and I've been trying to get hold of them on Messenger all morning to remind them. So anyway, I'm going to get off of here. You guys have a great day, and I'll see you next week for NFL Chat. Later.